But so like coming from like your background of work experience before that, how is working at Herman Oak, how has it changed your mindset on having a job or what a job could mean for a company?
Well, I'll either start or finish this, but when we were talking with Rusty at lunch and he said, like, when I first experienced the leather industry, I thought, this is where I want to be, right? The leather industry is unique and there's so many good things about it. Combine that with a family-owned business that has people, values people, and the culture of the company, you've created quite the combination. Go back to my work history. I've worked for a family-owned business that was very structured and very fast-growing, and they were great people to work for. But you have some structural things that come with that. With a fast-growing company, there's just limitations.
Sure.
But had great values and culture behind it, and then jumped into a much larger, privately held company, but corporate, and you get some. There's some great things with that. You get a lot of resources, but you lose that personal connection with the owners. And then jump to another small business that the cultural values are different. So I've kind of seen all the combinations of it. And when I got to Herman Oak, day one, I was like, there's just there's something different about this. And I say day one. Day one was not when I was employed there. Day one when I walked there for a tour, because I had a need to know something about leather, and I knew somebody at the tannery. So I said, hey, can I take a tour? And I call that day one, because when I walked through the tannery, same thing. I said, man, there's just something different about it. And then no intentions of getting a job there, but got a call a little bit later and they said, hey, we have a need. Do you have any interest in coming to work here? So it worked out. But I would say day one was when I walked through and saw like I said, that family culture, the value of people. I still, there's a gentleman that works in the tannery. His name's Thomas, who's been there for 19 years now. And he's, great person and just a giant of a man in general. But I remember walking through, and I remember that he stopped working at his machine. I'm just a guy taking a tour, and he walked up to me and shook my hand, and introduced himself, and told me about what he was doing. He's bought in. And I was like, this is different.
Yeah.
You walk through a production shop or any facility, and a lot of times it's head down. How can I got to keep working. There's the brass is walking through with somebody that I don't know. That's the opposite. People see that at Herman Oak, and they're like, hey, let's go talk to them. Right? they want it because they want to know what's going on, and we encourage you. We want you to know what's going on. So it was just a whole different dynamic. And
Shep was a very, very, very special person.
Yeah.
I know.